This presentation is being brought to you by learningcomputer.com. Today we are going to be looking at Access 2013, really how to create Microsoft forms and reports. In the last demo we had showed you how to basically create a table. So now we are going with the next step. So what is an Access form anyway? Well, like I was just saying, in the last lesson we showed you how to create a table. So today we are going to demonstrate creating forms and reports. Specifically, an access form is used to enter or input data into a table. So really think of it as an interface for the end user, okay? You have the table, but when you need to enter new information into the table, typically you will provide an access form to the user. Why is that? Well, there's a couple advantages. One is that having a form shields the end user from all the technical details about tables and fields. So they don't really need to know, what are the field names, what are the different specific things. You just give them a form and they can just enter the data. Okay. This also provides a security mechanism to prevent complete access to the underlying table data. So this is a very important point. If you give the end user, the whole table, God knows what they can do, or they may do by accident or on purpose. You always want to control access. And another related point is that it's also necessary for form validation. So you may have specific needs for for the field data. So let's say maybe for your customer ID you need to enter certain characters, or you only do business in certain states. It doesn't make sense to give a list of all the states in America. You just limit that, and you can do that with forms. You can, as far as what do you create the form on, it can be based on an access table or a query. We have already looked at a table. A query is a specialized SQL statement that pulls certain data from a table, and we may look at a different video for that. Now, as far as how do you really create an access form? Well, they have multiple options in access, okay? They make it really simple. You can, in fact, you can just do one click, which is basically you select the table or the query in the access database, and then you are going to choose create and then form, okay? And we'll show you this in a few moments in our demo, but that's really super easy. You also have other options like using the form wizard, and then finally, if you're really technical and you want to learn everything by doing step by step, you can try the form blank form option, and the form design basically option as well. So let's take a look at it. I have the database up and running here. Our database, in order to expand the objects, you're going to select the navigation pane, okay? And I do apologize, my resolution is extremely low because I'm trying to cater to our contacts, customers on smartphones. So if you use a low resolution, they are able to see that. But anyway, here is our database. I have essentially two tables. So let me take a look at it. One is customers table, right? And then I'm going to move this a little bit this way. Customer table has obviously data related to a customer, things like customer ID, company name, address. Let me scroll to the right, city, postal information, contact information. Okay, so fairly straightforward table, right? And then we have a orders table here. Okay, let's go ahead and open that up as well, with some order information. So here are the order IDs. We do not have product information in here, but they tell you, what date was the order placed, the ship date, and what the customer is for. Okay, uh, so that's what we have now. We have a few test things in here that I was playing around with, but let me just show you how to create a form. So we'll start with orders first. Okay, might as well. Now notice that I have the order selected here. So all you need to do is you need to select your object. By the way, it can be a query as well, like I mentioned, but you're going to go to the Create tab and you are going to click on Form. Okay, I mean, how tough is that? You just select your object, go to Create tab, go to the Forms group, and then select this first option, right? And let's go ahead and click that. Now, just like that, it's Access magic, And that's what's great about Microsoft Access compared to some of the other database tools out there. It makes it super easy to do this stuff. I mean, you have to be a you know I guess box of rocks not to be able to get this thing up and running, right? So now we have this form. Okay, what are we looking at? We're basically looking at the same information, except now we are looking at one record at a time. So now we have this first order, which is order number 10248. It was placed in July of last year. Here's our customer, right? And here's the order total. Now, and also you get I guess these record navigation bar tool type thing. You can go next record, okay, next, and so on and so forth. I mean, this is awesome. You can even go to the end. You can even create a new record. I mean, you can create a new record and start typing away. So that is our form. Now, when you save it, I always try to name my forms uh, starting with FRM. Okay, that just basically gives you a little bit, information on what object you're working with. Now let's go ahead and close this. Okay, this is again our orders table. But notice on the left side under forms, okay, you can see that. By the way, if you do not see your forms, chances are that you have not enabled that in here. Let me show you a quick example. If I select tables, let's say, right? Now, I know there's a form in there, but you can be looking here all day long and you will not see it. Well, you need to go to the drop down or go to the arrow, select all access objects, okay? And that is going to bring up the forms and other objects. So now I have my form. I can simply double click on it, right? And here's the form again. Now, what if I wanted to, design that? I see that I don't really have information under product and ship via. I mean, I don't know, maybe the product information in some other place. We just don't have it right now. How about if I wanted to get rid of that? No problem. You are going to do view and do design, right? Or you can, I believe, click here and select design, or even another way is just right click here and do design. I mean, all kinds of options you got going on here, right? Now we just switched from basically the form view to a design view. This is where we can, add things, remove things, okay? Not a problem. What I want to do is I want to get rid of this product, these product controls. So a couple of ways you can do this. You can hold down the control key, select this, okay, and then just hit delete, right? Not only does it delete it, but you'll notice that it moved everything up. I mean, that is way cool, right? I do like that. Now let's go ahead and get rid of this. Well, let's just do this. We'll save it, okay, and we'll switch back to form view, right? So now you can see that that item is gone. But what about this shipped via, right? We don't have the courier information. I don't really need to see it. Okay, well, let's get rid of it. Again, right click, design, okay. This time, instead of doing the control and the click, I'm going to simply do the left click, okay, and just drag my mouse across the control. You see that? And then when you have everything selected, you just let go of that left button, and it selected that. I'm again going to hit delete, okay, and you do a save, obviously. And then now when I do my form view, everything looks great. Now I am all set. Okay, so that is pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to create one more form. This one I'm going to create on customers, right? And what I'm going to do this time, in fact, I don't even need to click anywhere. I'm just going to minimize this. I'm going to show you how to do this from the Create tab. You go to Create tab. You are going to go to Form Wizard, which is this little button. You will typically see it a little bit better, but again, because of my resolution, the layout is all jacked up. Okay, but click on Form Wizard. What's great about the wizard? It's going to walk you step by step on how to do this, right? So now it's saying, okay, well, what fields do you want the form on? Well, let me think. I think I want to go with my customers table, right? I'm going to, you can select all fields, or you can pick, let's say fields at a time. Let's just go with, we'll just do country, maybe, well, let's do city, and then I will do country. Let's just, I think that's good so far. And maybe, maybe the phone information too, in case I need to call them up. Okay, you select your fields, you click next. Okay, this is where you're gonna pick the form layout. It even gives you a little bit of preview. You could do a column, tab, data sheet, but I'm going to go with justified. It looks like a regular type form. Okay, and then click next. And this is the last step. You're going to, I'm going to call it, let's say form FRM customers, and then it says, okay, do you want to continue designing, or you would like to open the form? Let's just open the form. Okay, I like default options. Okay, so now you can see that here is our form, and let me make this a little bit bigger, right? We have all the information. Okay, our customer ID, company name, city, country, and in fact we have the phone there too. It's just it's off the screen. But here is our form that we designed from the form wizard. Again, if you wanted to change this, you can certainly do that by right-clicking on it and doing design. Okay, and now this time you'll notice that we're actually getting a field list on the right side. So what does that mean? Well, if I wanted to add another field, let's just do this. Let's move this form footer down a little bit. I'm going to grab, maybe I do want the fax information, okay? And I would like to, let me just drag this a little bit further down, just give it more room. I'm going to grab this fax, okay? I'm going to bring it right down here, okay? In fact, let me just do it like this. Do this one here. This one I can move it around, and maybe I think I need a little bit more room here. Okay, that's fine. I mean, we'll just go with that right now. Okay, and let's go ahead and save this, right? And then I can again right click on it and do form view. Not a problem. I don't have much information. Well, I do have some facts things in here. Okay, so that's all I wanted to talk about forms. Real quickly, one item in here that you may not be aware of is you have like a little search box in here. Maybe you have hundreds and thousands of customers, and you're looking for a specific one. You can obviously do other filtering in other places, but right here I know that I have a customer named Big Cheese. Okay, so look at that. Big Cheese in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Okay, that is one of our biggest customers. So you can find that information real quickly using this filter information. Okay, and obviously you can call them up and thank them for their patronage. But I believe that's what I want to talk about the forms. Let's move on to the report.